This is the operational box for the pool filter and the pool pump, and this is the great big filter, sand-based filter and pump down the bottom there. All this is automatic. There's an automatic chlorinator there for partial chlorination that deals with the salt, but you still need to top up every 2 weeks. Alright, and you top up with the chlorine and with the acid mix. With this looks after the pool salt in the background and just gives you this background base load of the chlorine that you need in the pool, or the salting that you need in the pool. In terms of salt, once a month in the summer's fine. Alright, any more than that you're probably going a little bit overboard, and don't worry about it in the winter. For the box here, all you need to worry about is this button here. Currently it's set to off. If I press it from off, it goes to on. You can hear the filters going on. If I press it to auto, auto gives us the time that the filter's on. So this filter turns on and turns off automatically for you. So if you have it set to auto, everything's automatic. It comes on at 9:30 in the morning, and then it runs all the way through, and it's all you need to do is just have the thing running, and it'll turn itself off. We went and said 9:30 again. Anyway, it turns itself off at 4:30 p.m. Alright, so it's currently off. It'll come on again at 9:30 in the morning. Alright, so if I need to do a backwash of the pool, and backwash is recommended every 4 weeks. Alright, it's saying 12 times a year. First things first, make sure the pool's nice and full. So you may need to top up the pool above the skimming box to allow you to then backwash down. Alright, so make sure there's plenty of stuff in it. Generally, take off the pool's take off the automatic pool cleaner, the hose out, have the skimmer box exposed, have the little net sitting in there, don't take that out, and that allows the water to move through smoothly. Have this set to off. So it's currently off there now, needs to be off. And what you do is this. Number 1, come across to here, press down on the valve. It's spring loaded, you need to press firmly. You'll hear the water run out of the white pipe. Turn clockwise while that's pressing down, all the way to the 6 o'clock position. And that says backwash. The water will still be racing out of it. What you do with it racing out of it then is you come across and you turn the pump on. And now the water races out really fast. The backwash cleans the sand filter, so it gets all the stuff out of the sand filter. Takes about a minute. It'll start with this very cloudy and very dirty with lots of grit running around in it. And after about, say, 60 seconds, you'll see it clears up. It's normally got some gunk and stuff in it, but it'll go definitively clearer. We've been going for 30 seconds now. It's starting to clear up. I normally run it for 60 seconds to make sure. Coming up around 60 seconds now, you can see that's getting much clearer. So you can start to see what's going on in there. Alright, and that ensures that the sand filter stays nice and clean. This is just once a month. Once it's gone for a minute, come on across, press it once. You can see it says auto, twice, off. Make sure it's off. And then what you do is you clean out the final filter. Right, so it's a 3-step filter. There's the skimmer box leaf catcher. There's a leaf catcher here, and then there's the sand filter, so it makes the water pretty clean. Now, with that, what you do is, you'll see here, I've got arrows pointing up and down. I turn this clockwise, and now I have the 2 arrows parallel with the ground, 1 arrow pressing down. That closes the valve. Across here, there's another clamp, do exactly the same thing. Turn anti-clockwise, and in this case I turn anti-clockwise there, and now I've got the 2 side to side across here, one pointing down. That shuts all of the valves. You come across to here once that's done. I normally just sweep that off just to make sure that there's nothing there that's going to bite me. Sweep that off. Clockwise for these. You see the water gush out, don't worry about the gushing. That empties the pipe from the filter that it feeds up to. Make them nice and loose. When they're loose, just tilt one to the side, tilt the other to the side, lift that off, and you lift the extra catcher. That's a month's worth of cleaning in the summer, so there's hardly anything's gone into it. So not a lot of leaves drop in the summer. Alright, we don't really get many leaves in it. The little broom here, also, just for sweeping that out. Just sweep it out, give it a bit of a tap. Get it generally clean. I'll try not to flick any at the camera. Once it's nice and clean, broadside, closest to the filter, closest to the pipe, broadside. Narrow side, closest to the pool wall. That just drops in. This slots in at the top. You press down clockwise to tighten these. Just give it a tiny bit of tightness. Clockwise on the other one. Tiny bit of tightness, and then one full turn. And that locks it in. Alright, once that's done, we open the valves again, filter's ready to go. So this is a 5-minute process. So I open the valve again, so I turn. That away. So these lines are pointing downways now instead of parallel to the ground. Tighten it up clockwise. The water will start gushing out again. Exactly the same thing on the other side. Turn so you've got the two lines pointing down the pipe, one to the side. Tighten up clockwise, righty-tighty. Then you take this all the way back to the 12 o'clock position from 6 o'clock. I go through the same process. I press down against the strong spring. The water will gush out. Gentle turn, 12 o'clock position, and gently draw it back down. The pipe will shudder, but gently. So the pipe does a little shudder and then it's set. Once that's done, come back to your filter, set it back to auto, and everything goes back to run again. That's how you do the backwash. That's every 4 weeks.